Watch me work. Watch me work. Watch my feet. Watch my feet. Watch my feet. Watch me work.
Now to another round of controversy in the South suburbs surrounding the Dalton mayor.
This time it's over a bunch of billboards that are supposed to be public service announcements.
Now they look like campaign ads.
Would you advise one of your candidates to do something like that using taxpayer funds?
No, not using taxpayer funds.
First, what some say is a sneaky move to keep a controversial township supervisor in power. The mayor of Dolton, who's also the Thornton Township supervisor, cements her salary with a last-minute vote.
That is not what I just said to you. Stop deflecting. Listen to what I'm stating. I'm talking about why is it right now? Y'all giving it to us right now. Again, right before a board meeting when y'all knew you don't want to give a response. You don't want to be held accountable for anything. I don't like that. So now you put back on the board, but you never say what you think.
Accountability and clarity. Those are things that Tiffany Henyard used to actually preach about, actually try to push to the people who are in power. But after she became mayor and she got the power, she seemed to totally forget about that. That's what we'll be talking about in this video today. Some receipts that were pulled by the Dolton trustees. We'll also be talking about how some of these billboards that Tiffany has all over the town are being paid for by taxpayers. I didn't know that was something you should be able to do. And also that she passed a very controversial law that keeps her making tons of money while everyone else makes peanuts. Let's get into it right now. So in this video, this has been posted on the Dolton Trustees YouTube channel. I'll put the link in there in the description below. If you guys want to support them, they are in this epic battle with Tiffany Henyard. I think they deserve all the support they can get. So if you are interested in this story, you've been following this story, even if you don't even live in Dolton, subscribe, check out their videos. You'll see exactly what they're dealing with. And this video I thought was actually really, really good because it kind of brings the receipts of how Tiffany Henyard used to behave when she was just a trustee compared to how she behaves now as mayor. When Tiffany Henyard wanted transparency, clarity, she wanted to hold the mayor accountable for her actions compared to how she behaves now as the mayor herself. So let's get into it right now.
Why you just not sending us a package at 4:46? I got that today. So that's my other issue. So we didn't even have time to digest what it is you're stating here. But yeah, y'all throw it in front of us and get upset when we go against what you're saying, but we don't even know because we didn't read it. You just sent it to us. So why? We talked about all this. We're supposed to get better, but y'all study doing the same thing. Like, okay, trustees, we need y'all to vote on it now. Okay, we're gonna send it to y'all right before the board meeting. I know y'all didn't read it, but we need y'all to just vote yes. No, it don't work that way. Y'all supposed to give us stuff on Thursday so we can digest it, understand it, and come up with other options.
This is Tiffany Henyard as a trustee. She's not a mayor, she's talking to the mayor. She had a pretty good argument. She's criticizing leadership for providing the information too late, which basically hinders the board's ability to make informed decisions because they probably have to read a lot of information, a lot of material right before a meeting to vote for it. And she's just emphasizing, hey, it'd be nice to have the information early so everyone has enough time to prepare to make important decisions, which makes sense. But let's see how she behaves now as mayor.
Never have a question. I tell y'all all the time, ask us. I'll get here and we make the people stay here for hours. For what?
We just got the warrant list today at 2 o'clock, 2:30.
Okay, I see it's not gonna go nowhere.
So
what else?
Whoever's coming, I hope Sam Brown, you hopefully you get the warrant list before 2:30 the day of the election. You're supposed to get it Thursday last week. We got it today at 2:30.
Okay, anything else, trustee?
Very dismissive of basically something that she had to deal with a few years ago, getting information ridiculously late. And now the trustee is basically saying the same thing and she forgot where she came from. She's bothered by someone telling her, hey, I didn't get enough time to get this information so we can have the adequate preparation to make the best decision for the entire town. But it seems like Tiffany Henyard totally forgot about that.
Mayor, that is not what I just said to you. Stop deflecting. Listen to what I'm stating. I'm talking about why is it right now? Y'all giving it to us right now. Again, right before a board meeting when y'all knew you don't want to give a response. That's what I'm talking about with bad leadership. When you're supposed to respond and say, trustee, I think we should raise it. I think we should not. I think we should go this route. You never give any opinion because you don't want to be held accountable for anything. I don't like that. So now you put back on the board, but you never say what you think.
Accountability and leadership. Interesting. When Tiffany Henyard was just a trustee, she pointed out that there was a lack of clear communication and leadership. And she was expressing her expectation that leaders should actively share their opinions and be accountable rather than just deferring all the time on the decisions to the board. Her main concerns were about improving the process to be more informed so everyone can make decisions in the best way possible. Responsible decision making. All good points. But let's see how she behaves when now she has all the power.
It's not on the packet, so for all of the information you guys hide from the board, it's not been transparent. So I still do not know it, and every time we ask questions about what's the deficit, what is the number, we get deflection, we get spin, and I know you love to do this, we get a dance. So I'm asking again, what's the for Ansel and Glean?
Trustee, you had opportunity to read the agenda, reach out, find out what the number is, and be prepared for your meeting. So for you to wait for me to give you the number, you should know.
It's a big difference in how she behaved when she didn't have the power compared to when she has the power now. Now, as you notice, as mayor, she shifts the criticism onto others for not being prepared, not being proactive. It's a change in her perspective, clearly, from being just a trustee and the mayor. But at one point, she criticized leadership. Now she's criticizing the people who are, you could say, beneath her in terms of leadership, in terms of how it works in this situation. But it's interesting, if the mayor before told her, hey, it's your responsibility to figure this out. It's your responsibility to find and go and claw and try to get this information out instead of being more transparent. I wonder how she would react if she was just a trustee. But now transparency is no longer a priority for Tiffany Henyard, and that's why she has the problems that she currently has. And it seems like what Tiffany Henyard really cares about is making that money.
But first, what some say is a sneaky move to keep a controversial township supervisor in power. In part 2 of our investigative series, the mayor of Dolton, who's also the Thornton Township supervisor, cements her salary with a last-minute vote.
So she signed a new law to make sure that she continues to make as much money for her and her cronies. Tiffany Henyard recently passed a controversial law for elected officials. This law is criticized for being self-serving and unlawful. This law designed in such a way that the current office holders, including Henyard, will continue to receive significantly larger salaries and benefits compared to the newly elected officials. Yes, this actually is happening. Compared to what the newly elected officials would receive. For instance, while the newly elected township supervisor will get $25,000 annually, Henyard, if re-elected, will continue to receive over $260,000, including expenses and travel reimbursements. We all know how much she loves to travel.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
No comment.
This disparity also applies to other positions like the trustees, like road commissioner, clerk, and the assessor. Critics are arguing that this law serves to deter new candidates from running for office in this township, reensuring the re-elections of incumbents due to the unattractive compensation for newcomers. Who's going to take a job that's only $25,000 a year?
You put a salary to attach to the job, to the officer. So it is a blatant attempt to dissuade other people from running and to allow the current supervisor to maintain the $250,000 or whatever it is, obnoxious salary.
This law has been described as a direct challenge for anyone attempting to run against the current office holders. So it kind of looks like this is basically a power play. It just seems like this ordinance is lacking transparency and fairness in how public funds are allocated for elected officials' compensation. If you guys think about this law, I'll put the link of the article in the description below. And if I forget to do that, please let me know. Throw as many comments as possible. Hopefully I do remember. I do sometimes forget on how to handle the description box. But let's get into more unfairness on how public funds are being allocated due to this news story, how taxpayer money is being funded for all of these billboards that are all around the town of Dalton. The super duper mayor is under scrutiny for using taxpayer money to fund billboards featuring her name and image that's all over the place like a dictator statues. The billboards located on the south suburbs along major expressways cost over $22,000 for production and rental.
Which is why Oldelson says it's not about township services, but promoting herself politically.
It's a waste of taxpayers' money and totally a violation of the election laws by promoting herself using taxpayer funds.
One of the trustees revealed that the board was not consulted about the billboard's expenditure. Again, lack of transparency.
Thornton Township trustee Chris Gonzalez says the board never signed off on the spending for those billboards.
You're supposed to have some say over how funds are spent for the township, right?
Yes.
Is that happening now?
No, as far as I'm concerned, it's not.
Now, as you see these billboards, and I'll put the link of this video, it seems like a very clever way for her to display her image and to say, well, we have some services like this one right here, senior services, that there's a way that she's able to put her image and the public service information all in at the same spot. But this one, committed to care, need help, call now. And you have her big face and her being the township supervisor. This is great promotion, right? You see her all over the place in the suburb. Most likely when it comes down, even if you have no idea, you're not following the story, you're not following what's going on, you're like, well, I've seen her face. Maybe she's nice. I'll vote for her, even if I'm not paying attention to what's going on. What do you guys think about these stories? Put in the comments below. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.